So let's break down what I did to try and capture some of that disco arrangement on a guitar. First thing I did was notice that the track is in G minor and try and figure out if using a capo is going to help me out. And it turns out that it does in a lot of ways, and we'll look at all those ways right now. So if you remember the track, the first thing that happens is there's a keyboard line, and it starts on that G. So you figure out a way to get that melody happening while you're also doing the chords. So that's the first thing. Second thing that's really important with all this is that it is such a rhythmic piece and you need to be able to keep it up, right? So and that's kind of the basic rhythm that I'm going to employ with my right hand. It's kind of as the motor to keep the whole thing going. And so once you get that happening, you have to start figuring out what chord voicings you can use to really keep it together. So the basic, after you get through the intro, you have, there's a guitar line going. So it's great that I have the capo now because I have that open string. I'm not tuckering myself out playing a bar chord the whole time. So that's where I set up the basic rhythm. You have to make a choice of what you're going to take. So I got this. So boom chop da tick da da boom tap da tick da da. So I'm covering that little bit of the guitar part. I'm also covering that kind of subdivided rhythm that you hear on the second guitar. So that's my basic thing. So that gets me through the main part, the vamp that goes from the 1 to the 5. Then we have the chord changes start happening. In the first round, it's E flat, F, G minor. The second round, it's E flat, F, then B flat, F over A, G minor, F, E flat. That's probably a G minor over D, but we're not going to address it too much. The main thing is that it's over a D, but it's not the 5 chord. So I'm just going to do what you would obviously do as an acoustic guitar player at that point. Yeah. And then we turn around on the 5. So when I get to those chord changes, I give it more drive. So on the right hand, this is all right hand stuff, I'm doing some muting. So by using the capo, I've been able to use totally, cowboy chord version of the chord voicings and get through all of it, and I can just relax about what's going on with my left hand, and I can focus on that propelled rhythm through the whole thing. And it just puts you in such a better place to have the capo on. From a rock player's perspective, you know, because we're always thinking about, hey, I've got to take a solo, and if I've got a capo, I can't really bend the strings or anything. All that goes away once you're doing the acoustic gig. You're looking at, you know, heavier strings, higher action. You know, a lot of your chops and stuff like that aren't going to be necessary because you mostly just need to keep it together because there's probably no drummer and you want to back up the singer and so on and so forth. So capo, I was a latecomer to truly appreciating it, but now I totally get it, and I think it should be a valuable thing, particularly when you're having to cover a tune that's in like not a guitar key, you know, G minor, not maybe the best guitar key. So there you go. Get your capo out, get your disco chops happening.